Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we're going to be looking at a short sequence to help ease the discomfort of sciatica. Okay, so we're going to start lying down on our backs. So if I can invite you guys to find a comfortable position to be on your back. Okay, we're going to start with the knees bent, feet about a hip width apart. Relax your shoulders, give them a little shuffle. Okay, and from here we're going to take the right leg in towards the chest. We're going to interlace the hands to the back of the right thigh and just let that leg relax. I want you to really ground down through your left foot, engage through your left glute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to extend that right leg up. I want you to point the toes. And then as you bend the knee, I want you to flex the foot. And it really doesn't matter how straight that leg can get. In fact, it's probably better if it doesn't go completely straight. So just finding your rhythm here. Breathing deeply. I'm trying to free up some space for the sciatic nerve, so using this movement as a way to glide the nerve. Just doing the best you can with this movement depending on how your knees are. And let's go a couple more times. Point the toes, flex the foot, and then bring that leg down. Left leg is going to come in, hands interlaced behind the back of the left thigh. I'm going to point the toes, lengthen, flex the foot, bend the knee. Stabilising through your right leg. Activating through your right glute. And again, not really paying too much attention to how straight the leg can be, just moving between a lengthened leg and a bend knee. Okay, last one. Lengthening up, bend the knee in, and then both feet back down to the mat. Okay, so from here, taking that right knee back in, and we're going to take circles with that knee. So I just want you to go nice and gently. You can bring one hand to the front of the left hip as you just gently circle the knee a few times each way. Placing the foot down, taking the left knee in, same thing, circle. Okay, and back down. Lovely. From there, we're going to take the left leg and drop it down to the mat. So you may need to just give your hips a little wriggle, give your spine a little wriggle, taking the hands out to the side. Okay, so what we're going to do here is draw the right knee in towards you. And I want you to do this really gently and really slowly. We're just going to tip a little bit over to the left side, and then we're going to rock back. So this movement can just be a few centimetres where you feel the right hip lift off the mat. And as you draw the knee across, can you point the knee down a little bit towards the left foot? So we're going across, point the knee down, and we're moving back. And this repeated movement is just helping to loosen up the fascia on the back of the pelvis. What you can also get here is the sensation as you come across into this twist, is you can start to feel into that IT band, that tight band of muscle on the side of the thigh. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time, and this time as we come over, I want you to just pause there. You can, if it feels okay, bring your hand to the outside of the thigh. I definitely don't want you to draw the leg down, so we're not really using pressure. The hand is there more as a support. So if you can bring the knee down a little bit to free up space here in the top of the hip crease, and breathe. And take one more deep breath in. And then rock back. Just hugging that knee in towards you. Placing the foot down, and then we're going to change sides. So your left leg is going to come in. Your right leg goes long. Arms out to the side as best you can. So we're going to bring the knee up. We're going to rock over to the side. Point the knee down, and then come back. Over to the side, point the knee down, and rock back. Good. So if this is too painful, if it's too uncomfortable to be lifting up and over, you can keep the foot down and just rock to the side with the foot staying down. So you can kind of work out what feels best for your body. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes backing off and making the movement smaller is kinder. Okay, moving across. That foot can stay grounded, or you can lift up and use the hand, the right hand, just for a gentle bit of pressure, gentle bit of support, and breathe. And then we're going to roll back, take the foot down, bring the knees back in, pick the hips up, press them down into the mat. Do that a couple of times, so just lift up a little bit and then drop them back down. So lifting up, pause and down. Last time, lift up and down. Good. Okay, from here, starting to move now into releasing the piriformis muscle. The piriformis muscle is that muscle that sits beneath all the gluteal muscles, and when it gets tight, which it often does, it starts to press on the sciatic nerve. So we're going to take the right leg and we're going to cross it over the left thigh. This might be enough to be getting on with, okay? So in which case you can bring your hands to rest, one on the top of the left thigh, one on the inner right thigh. You may find you can just push the legs away a little bit, seeing how that feels. We don't want there to be any pain in the knee. Play around with relaxing the foot, see if that helps the knee in any way. We're going to breathe there. Try and relax your shoulders. Okay, and then from there, if it feels okay to do so, you can stay here. If not, is you can start to bring your legs in towards you. You might hold the outside of the legs. You might loop your hands to the back of the left thigh and start to draw the legs in towards you, and that may start to create quite an intense sensation in the right glute. And then we're going to breathe. So I want you to send your breath into your hip. As you exhale, can you imagine letting go of the tension in that area? As you inhale, think about drawing in fresh prana, life force energy into that part of the body. Let's take one more breath. Exhale out the mouth. And then place the foot down. From there, I'm going to keep the legs in this position. Arms are going to come out to the side. And we're going to tip over. So taking the left leg with the right foot attached, moving over to the side. You might pause wherever feels right for you. Some people may come all the way to the floor. If you can't and it feels really uncomfortable to hold that position, then please bring a block underneath the left thigh. Okay, you could even bring that under the foot if that feels easier. So just find a way for you to be in this position without it being stressful. And we're going to breathe there, anchoring the right leg away from you, freeing up space in that hip. Okay, and then we're going to draw that left leg back to centre, the right leg stays on top. From there, release the knee in towards you, hug it in. Take the leg up to the sky and just give your ankle a rotate a few times each way. Good. Bring the foot down. Taking now the left leg across that right thigh. We're going to start off just resting there, noticing the difference between the two sides of the body, hands to the legs. Again, can you relax your shoulders? And if it feels okay, and only if it feels right, bringing the hands to the outside of the legs, drawing the legs in towards you. Interlace the hands to the back of the thigh as you draw your legs in towards you. Deep breaths again as you inhale. Can you breathe into the hip? As you exhale, let that tension go. Release the right foot down, keeping the left leg there, taking that over to the side, and as we did before, you can use a block to help you stay in that position. Arms out to the side, drawing the left leg away from you. Breathe. We're going to then draw that leg in. Okay, draw the left knee in, hug it into the body. Extend the leg, rotate through the ankle. Okay, bend the knee in. We're going to take the other knee in, have a little rock from side to side. Taking the hands to the tops of the knees, we're going to circle the knees away from each other and then back in together. Good. Other way. Okay, placing the feet down. Pick the hips up as you move your hips over to one side. And then we're going to roll to the side, pressing into the hand, and we're going to bring ourselves all the way up. So what we're going to do next is come into child's pose. Okay, so you may want a blanket for the back of the knees, the back of the thighs, or the front of the knees if it is uncomfortable to be on the knees. We're going to take the knees wide. Take a deep breath in, and then we're going to exhale and lengthen forward, bringing the forehead towards or onto the mat, pushing into the hands, lengthening through the spine. We'll take one more deep breath here. Exhale out the mouth. And then we're going to walk the hands in. Good. We're going to come up onto the hands and the knees. So again, padding out the knees as much as you need to here. And then just starting to make circles with your hips. So you can lift the tailbone, circle the hips to the right, curl under, circle to the left. So this can again be a really subtle, small movement, or it can be a little bit bigger. And so again, we're just creating a bit of mobility here, easing the fascia. So just continue to move intuitively. So this movement might then change to a side to side movement. Okay, from there we're going to lengthen out. I'm just going to move forward a little bit so that you can see. We're going to lengthen with the right leg. I want you to push through the heel, keeping your spine long. So getting a nice calf stretch here, and then we're going to bend the knee and we're going to shake the leg. It's another nice little trick for helping sciatica, sciatic pain. Just a little shake, a little release. Good. And then other side, left leg back, press into the heel. Good. Bend the knee, little shake out. Good. And then back. Nice. From here, again, little movements through the hips, circling through the pelvis. And then we're going to push back once again into child's pose. Lengthen through the spine. Walking the hands back in. So the last bit that we're going to do here, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana. So moving so that you're sitting on your sit bones, we're going to take the soles of the feet together. You may want to sit up on a block or a cushion to help tilt your pelvis forward. You may also like to bring blocks underneath the knees or cushions. A few cushions can work really nicely for this. Okay, we're going to inhale and grow tall through the spine, and then exhale to start to tip forward as much or as little as feels available to you. So starting to feel that release here in the adductors and the inner thighs. And again, as you breathe, can you breathe into those areas of tension, into those areas of tightness. And on the exhales, letting go of that tension. Okay, a couple more breaths. And slowly ease your way back up, taking any props that you've used out of the way. Okay, I'm just going to turn to face this way for this bit. So we're going to bring ourselves so the feet are out and we are resting up on the heels, fingertips behind you for support, taking the feet to hip width. I just want you to windscreen wiper knees from side to side. And then coming into a seated position if you're choosing. Taking a moment to just notice how your body feels. And then if you'd like to, you have the option to take Shavasana after this short practice if you have the time. I think it is always beneficial to take a Shavasana, even if it is just a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Really allow everything that you've done in your practice to be integrated into your body and to have that all-important time for yourself to switch off and relax. So if you've got time, lay the body down in a way that is suitable for you and take a much needed, well-deserved time out. If not, that is us done here for this short sequence. I really hope it's been helpful. This goes in a series of practices to help with sciatic discomfort and sciatic pain. So stretching is really helpful, but we also need to build strength in the area around the hips and the glutes. We also need to focus on mobility as well. So in the other videos, we're going to be looking at how to strengthen the glutes, how to release using things like fascia balls, how to build resilience using things like resistance bands. So for now, I really hope that's helped. If you sit a lot for your job, if you're at a desk a lot, or you just sat a lot in your life, please make time for things like this 20-minute practice to just get the body moving, free up some of that fascia, and hopefully ease some of that discomfort. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.